Before farming, before cities, before history itself, humans built a massive stone temple, not 5,000 but 11,000 years ago, a place that shouldn't exist, yet it does. Göbekli Tepe, the site that is rewriting human history. For centuries, historians believed they understood the story of humanity. It was a simple story, one that made sense. Humans first learned how to farm. Then they settled in one place. Villages grew into cities, and eventually religion and temples were created. Civilization, they believed, followed this natural path. But what if that story is wrong? What if everything we thought we knew is only part of the truth? In the dry plains of southeastern Turkey, there stands a quiet hill. From a distance it looks completely ordinary, a mound of earth, shaped by time, forgotten by history. For thousands of years, people walked past it without a second thought. No one knew that beneath this hill lay one of the greatest secrets of human civilization. Until 1994, a German archaeologist named Klaus Schmidt arrived at the site. Unlike others before him, he sensed something unusual. Scattered across the ground were fragments of stone, pieces that looked carved, not natural. Previous researchers had dismissed the area as a simple cemetery, but Schmidt believed otherwise. He believed something far older was hidden below. So he began to dig, and what he discovered would shock the world. As the soil was carefully removed, massive stone pillars began to appear, not small stones, but towering structures, standing tall beneath the earth, arranged in perfect circles, carefully placed, deliberately designed. This was no accident. This was construction. This was architecture. And it was ancient, unbelievably ancient. The pillars were enormous. Some stood over 5 meters tall, weighing up to 20 tons each, carved from solid limestone, shaped with precision, and transported across the landscape. But here's what makes this discovery so incredible. These people had no metal tools, no machines, no written language. According to everything we knew, they weren't even supposed to be capable of this. And yet, there it was, a monumental structure hidden for over 11,000 years. Each pillar was shaped like a giant T, smooth, symmetrical, and striking. But what truly amazed archaeologists were the carvings. Animals covered the surface of the stones. Lions, snakes, foxes, birds, scorpions. Some looked peaceful. Others looked dangerous, almost alive. It was as if these ancient people were telling a story we can't yet read. But the biggest shock came when scientists determined the age of the site. Radiocarbon dating revealed something unbelievable. Göbekli Tepe was built around 9600 BC. That is over 11,000 years ago. Older than the pyramids, older than Stonehenge, older than any known civilization. And that changes everything. Because at that time, humans were believed to be simple hunter-gatherers. They hunted animals, gathered plants, and moved from place to place. They did not build cities. They did not organize massive construction projects. And yet, Göbekli Tepe proves that they did something far more advanced than we ever imagined. So the question is, how? How did a society without agriculture, without permanent homes, build something so complex? One theory is that Göbekli Tepe was not a settlement, but a sacred site. A place where people gathered, not to live, but to worship. If this is true, it changes the entire timeline of human history, because it suggests that religion came before civilization. That belief, not survival, brought people together. Imagine groups of hunter-gatherers traveling long distances, meeting at this sacred place, working together to build massive stone structures, driven by a shared purpose, a shared belief. And in order to support these gatherings, they may have needed a stable food supply. So they began to farm. They settled down. They built communities. In other words, Göbekli Tepe may have led to the birth of civilization itself. But the mysteries do not end there. At the center of each circular structure stand two massive pillars, larger than the others, more prominent. These pillars are different. Some researchers believe they represent human figures. If you look closely, you can see carved arms, hands, even belts. These are not just stones. They may be symbolic beings, watching over the site, guardians of something sacred. But perhaps the most mysterious part of Göbekli Tepe is what happened next. After centuries of use, the people who built it did something unexpected. They buried it completely. Thousands of tons of soil were used to cover the entire site, carefully, deliberately, preserving it for thousands of years. But why? Why would they bury something so important? Was it a ritual? A way to protect it? Or were they trying to hide something? No one knows. And that is what makes Göbekli Tepe so fascinating. It does not just answer questions, it creates new ones. Who were these people? What did they believe? How did they organize such massive efforts? And most importantly, what else have we not yet discovered? Because if something like Göbekli Tepe could remain hidden for over 11,000 years, what other secrets still lie buried beneath the earth? Today, Göbekli Tepe stands as a powerful reminder that human history is far more complex than we ever imagined. It challenges our understanding, forces us to rethink our origins, and opens the door to possibilities we never considered. Maybe civilization did not begin the way we thought. Maybe belief came before survival. Maybe humans were more advanced far earlier than we ever realized. And somewhere, beneath the surface of our world, there may still be discoveries waiting that could change everything once again.